bad news on the development front. One of the parts failed quality control. We know how to fix it, but it'll take some extra resource. It's on hold for now, but you can order the extra work from the laptop at any time.
What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome to part 8 of my F1 2017 career mode. This is the Azerbaijani Grand Prix. I'm not sure if I said that right. Azerbaijan Grand Prix, I think it is. But if you're new to my channel, do hit that subscribe button. And if you've missed any of the previous episodes, do go check them out. I'm sure in the last episode I mentioned that we hadn't had a failed part. Well, we've had the first one here, unfortunately. We tried to upgrade our powertrain, but yeah, it's failed. So we're going to go for just to try and get it to work for the next race out in Austria. So hopefully we can have that upgrade, and I'm pretty sure that it will definitely work the second time you do it. Just a few wasted resource points by the looks of things, but Baku, yeah, what can I say about this track? Was not looking forward to this at all.
Everyone's talking about this new rival you have. Check his stats out.
But first up, we have a new rival after beating our teammate Carlos Sainz, and I'm not surprised to see this. It's Romain Grosjean, a guy we battled with fiercely in 2016 Season 1 and in 2017 Season 1 as well. Haas have had a great start to the season. They are lower than us in their vehicle performance chart, but they're doing slightly better than us, and Grosjean seems to be my main rival in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see if we can get the better of him for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We will be putting in the third element of each part of the power unit because it is a bit of a power track. You need great straight line speed, and I feel like that helped us in Canada and should help us out around the streets of Baku.
The circuit has rubbed in with practice, but this is still going to be a difficult session for our drivers as they fight for pole position. Welcome to qualifying here in Azerbaijan. With the weather as it is today, Anthony Davidson, we have, to some extent, to throw the form book out of the window. Who do you see having the advantage on this slippery, unpredictable track surface?
Traditionally, these are very Adrian Newey conditions. The Red Bull's habit of creating incredible downforce coupled with the high rake they like to run is perfect for the wet, and it's helped them close the power gap a number of times over recent years. I think Force India as well, always a bit of a dark horse in changeable conditions, and of course the McLarens have a fairly good chassis. Having said that, I don't want to make a firm prediction. More than performance, the deciding factor is going to be the timing. The level of wetness out on the track is going to constantly rise and fall, and anyone who can find that perfect window when it's at its driest will have a big advantage out there.
So we're into qualifying here. It's absolutely chucking it down, and I don't record practice, and probably a good job because I kept crashing every single lap. I got so frustrated that I thought, screw it, I'm just going straight to qualifying. Very tricky conditions. I always say it, and if you're watching my career mode in 2016, every season I hate this track. It's the worst on the calendar. I hate it so much. First lap in the wet, well, we're 5 seconds off the pace. That is really bad. It really was such a struggle, but fortunately for us it did dry up a little bit, so we can put on the inters. This was a lot better. I was feeling a lot more comfortable, and our first run, where are we going to compare? Can we get out of Q1 here? Up to P12, 4 seconds off the pace though, so we need a lot of improvement on this final run, and this is actually going to be our final run, so we're under pressure. Can we get through to Q2 even though we're only making a slight improvement at the moment? We need a vast improvement, so it's a run to the line. We're currently P14, so we are actually currently going through, but there are a lot of cars behind us on track with one more run to complete. We have improved by about 8 tenths. Can we get through to Q2? We're going to have a look at the order now, and as we scroll down you'll be able to see, and you can probably guess by the title of this video, no we don't. We didn't make it through by about 8 tenths. I don't think it's a similar glitch to the one in Monaco where the AI sped up by about 3 seconds. I feel like we just didn't have the pace. We got out-qualified by both McLarens. That's how bad things have been so far. So hopefully the race can be a little bit of an improvement.
Anthony Davidson joins me today as we look ahead to something just a little bit different. It's quite high speed for a street circuit here, isn't it? Do you think that's going to throw up any unexpected situations?
Well, as long as the teams can keep everything cool, I don't foresee any particular big issues from a technical side of things. I do expect the track to be quite slippery though. We've not exactly had much chance to rubber in the surface. Any street circuit also comes with its own challenges, so I think we'll be seeing a few mistakes here and there. The smart strategy would be to expect a safety car, I think, especially early on when the pack is bunched up.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Kimi Räikkönen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Felipe Massa, and Stroll, Verstappen, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, and Sergio Perez, Magnussen, Ocon, Carlos Sainz, and Grosjean, Alonso, Van Dorn, Jolyon Palmer, and a Toro Rosso. Ericsson and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So starting from P18, it's a 2-position improvement from last time out in Canada, but I wasn't feeling confident at all. I don't think I've got great pace around here. I don't like the track, so it's just a great mixture, isn't it, guys? So hopefully we can have something positive in the race. 5 lights and it's lights out and away we go. We get a okay getaway, not much compared to Palmer on the right hand side. The 2 McLarens nearly came to blows there, right in front of us. We're going to go straight up the inside and avoid our rival Grosjean if we can. Getting a bit of a nudge from Van Dorn. Wow, the McLarens are so aggressive there. We nearly lost control of the car there. We actually have a slight bit of damage, but I didn't see where it was on that graphic. And again, Van Dorn. We get so close to him, but we've got a better run here. We do have a quicker car in a straight line, of course, up to P15, so surprisingly, even though there was a bit of argy-bargy in the first 2 corners there, we have made up a few positions and now we're on the rear of our teammate. And my aim, I wasn't even trying to get a point. I just wanted to finish the race and not get frustrated. And yeah, a finish would do me. I mean, around P15, I'd even take that. But I was trying to keep up with my teammates. So first lap, it seems like we're okay. But of course, the AI are in a pack, so they're going to be quite a bit slower. And I think in future we need to improve on our final run. Well, the run through the proper final corner, because we lost so much momentum compared to Sainz there. And now we've got the Renault of Palmer just behind us, who they're just ahead of us in the vehicle performance and probably in terms of straight line speed. I mean, he's absolutely all over me. And wow, just look at him get past here. It's pretty simple as well. I'm not used to having like so little straight line speed, so it was difficult to take to see Palmer just blast past me like this. There's not much I can do here under braking. He positioned his car just in front of us and we're demoted to P16, so we're only ahead of the 2 Saubers and McLarens. I was hoping, please don't be like Bahrain. That was an absolute shocker. But Van Dorn I think he had a puncture. You can see on the minimap he has crashed and he actually retires from the race, but we don't get a notification, so I'm guessing there isn't going to be a virtual safety car or safety car. But of course, DRS being enabled is much more important until it just randomly pops up here. I mean, that's a bit of a delay, you've got to say. There it is, and the drivers ahead of us are battling quite hard, which is meaning we can keep up with them. It involves 2 Renaults here, and yeah, Hülkenberg really holds up Palmer, so I thought I'm going to take advantage. Go up the inside, I want to get that position back. After he easily got past me on the start-finish straight, kinky straight, or whatever you want to call it. And we're still side by side into this chicane. Just enough room on the inside for Palmer. And that's a pretty decent move. And yeah, that could be one of the only positives of this race. Or will it? It's hard to say because, yeah, the title of this video doesn't give us much hope. But this overtake gave me a little bit of hope. I mean, we've overtaken both Renaults now. Now we just need to catch up to our teammates. So Sainz has made up a position from earlier on, and yeah, we're slowly moving back up the field. Lap 4 now, we need to not outbrake ourselves like that. And lap 6 now, I just couldn't keep up with Sainz, unfortunately. The difficulty is still 102 out of 110. And yeah, we just didn't have pace around here. I've never been comfortable around this track. I suppose Season 5 of my career mode is the most comfortable I felt, and I think we got a decent result thinking back, but throughout I just haven't been great around here. The pace isn't there, and we're just going to get absolutely swamped by a couple of bananas. Palmer, is he going to go for it? We're going to go defensive, but it should be pretty easy for him, especially with DRS. We're in the middle of them, so it's a banana split right now as Hülkenberg tries to go for the move as well. We're defending him. Can we retake Palmer here? Trying to be as late as possible on the brakes, and we're fighting hard, of course, because we don't have the pace, so we just need to position the car as well as we can. Very late, hitting that inner curb. The reprofiling of the curbs has made it very tricky around here. You can't really cut the corners as much as you could last last year, and yeah, the curbs really throw you around, like with Bottas and Raikkonen in real life. Hulkenberg's going up the inside. We're trying to get Palmer back as well. Oh, argy-bargy here, trying our best to defend. Oh, we slid with the oversteer there. Too eager on the power, and we've got a little bit more damage, but again, I can't see it on the graphic. It must be so minimal that it shouldn't affect the car that much. So unfortunately, we lost 2 positions to the 2 Renaults, and I just wanted to stay as close as I could, but unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Lap 7 now, we just dropped back from them, and this, you know, things are bad when this is about to happen. Marcus Ericsson is about to attack us. I'm not going to say overtake because I don't think he will get the move done. It's a little bit late on the start-finish straight, but he's going for it. We defend late on the brakes, and can we keep the car on the track? Only just. So easy to just slam into that wall on the outside there of turn 1. And I can't believe we're under pressure from Masab. You know the race is going to be bad when that starts happening about 8 laps into the race, but he's got DRS. And I don't really defend this because I know the outside line is better for the next corner because you want the inside line, and we're going to be trying to be as late as we can on the brakes. Oh, I think we've got it too deep. We've made contact. We've been spun right, and the suspension has gone. I told you guys it was going to be a bad race, bad practice, bad qualifying, bad race, bad in terms of upgrades. This is a weekend to forget. We just got too hot into the wall. We rebounded off the wall after a little bit of damage, and I can't blame Ericsson for that. He was an innocent victim there. He gave me a slight nudge, and that sent me flying into the barriers. Broken suspension, it's game over. I mean, Ericsson can't do anything there. I'm not going to blame him. That's all my fault. I just tried to defend when I've got no pace, and I just tried too hard to defend, pushed too hard, and that's what's happened here. Unfortunately, we just understeered into the wall. Too much speed taken. Little bit of the end plate goes off there. We try and recover, slide off the curb, and then we get the nudge from Ericsson. So it's going to be our first retirement of the season. Absolute disaster. That's such a bad weekend. I mean, if you like my bad weekend, then do leave a like. But yeah, retirement, game over.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
Definitely a weekend I want to forget and move on to the not A1 ring, is it? The Red Bull ring. Sorry, I'm a bit of an old school F1 fan, but that's the result of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Surprisingly, Hamilton has won. I mean, his season so far has been a disaster, so that's a good result for him. Looking further down, 2 Williams and 2 Force Indias in the top 10. That hasn't happened often this season. At least we didn't finish last, I can say that. We beat Van Dorn, who I don't think he even lasted 2 laps, but Sainz didn't get any points, so the Toro Rosso did struggle around that track. So in the championship, we're still in P7, which I think is our main aim for the season if we're going to be realistic. But we can see Grosjean, I don't think scored any points there, but Massa and Perez jumping up the order scored pretty decent points there. They're number 2 drivers in their respective teams. I don't think are going to challenge us. I think our main challenges this season should be Grosjean, Massa and Perez, like the number 1 drivers of each team. Yeah, just slaying Sainz there. But in the constructors, Williams and Force India, as mentioned before, have closed in, and Haas only 3 points ahead. So that battle for 4th is going to be epic this season. So if you have enjoyed that disastrous weekend, do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to have a better race next time out. Goodbye.